Welcome back to the channel. My name is Tronage, and today we're going to be talking about the new box in town, the FPV crate, with its fancy cellophane wrapping. Want to see what's inside? I know, I'm dying to. So stick around, baby. Alright guys, FPV crate by the folks over at getfpv.com. Basically, they wanted to throw their hat into the arena of the mystery boxes, which currently I believe is dominated by the quad box and the drone drop. So they wanted to be the third one in and come up with their own flavor of mystery box and see what they can bring to the party. So I am dying to open this. Now, if you're new around here, welcome. Thanks for checking me out. Put your feet up, enjoy, and hang out with us. But before you do that, slam that subscribe button. While you're at it, hit that bell icon. Makes finding my videos that much easier, helps support the channel, and it keeps you in the know when I post videos such as this one. Now, we're going to get into here. We're going to unbox. I'm going to bring you all in close, give you my genuine reactions, and then we're going to go over each of the items, talk about them a little bit, and do a little bit of a cost analysis as well, perhaps comparing them to the other boxes that exist right now. However, before I even unwrap this wonderful beauty with all of its little shiny cellophane wrapping and stuff, I'm going to make a prediction, and I'm going to say that this is going to be an amazing box. Why is that? Because it's a brand new box, and I feel like if I was going to create a mystery box, and I'm going to put it out there into the world, I'm going to want that first box to be killer awesome. That way, others are going to want to subscribe thinking all the boxes are going to be that killer awesome. So I'm going to say that this is going to be a killer awesome box. However, take what's in this box as a grain of salt, because that's why I started doing these videos, and that's why I started doing these comparisons over the long term to see what you're getting over time, not just one single box to one single box. So keep that in mind when we go through and we unbox this, that it probably is going to be good, but it doesn't mean everyone's going to be good. You know, that's the risk of subscribing to these mystery boxes. Some are good, some are bad. This one's probably going to be amazing. We'll find out together, and we'll talk about it, all right? So why don't you come on in, let's crack this guy open. All right, we have our FPV crate. It is written right there. And what's unique about this, I mean, obviously it's the first one out of the gate from getfpv.com. There's our little logo right there, by the way. It's a little bit more high-end than the others have. You know, like the other ones used to use like a sticker to seal it. Now they just put their shipping label over it. This one's actually come completely shrink-wrapped with some cellophane on it to make it even that more luxurious of an unboxing, I guess. So I'm excited to crack this open, so let's get started. So let's just dig in somewhere here, make a cut, and break off that cellophane. Alrighty. And then we have a sticker here. And those who are not new to the channel, the old Tronage veterans, will know I do like cutting these stickers if they have the right feel. Let's see how this one feels. Oh, yes, that is buttery smooth, like the old school fashion ones. That was a pleasure to cut. If you get one of these boxes and you have this and you cut it with a nice sharp X-Acto, it feels like going through silk. All right. Ooh, look at that. We got blue on the inside, too. That's kind of nifty. What's it saying there? Wow. Become an FPV creator. Whoa. I might have to become an FPV creator. I think I am. All right. Let's flip this over. Let's see what's inside. I'm dying. You ready? Here it comes. All right, this is just like a really good unboxing experience. So the box itself, let's just look at this box for a minute here. It has that flap we saw initially, become an FPV creator. Then it has the snap and share at FPV_crate. Whole bunch of stuff going on, and it has enjoy. Like nice little graphics on the inside too. So it's like I don't know, double-sided box. I guess those are kind of expensive to have produced. Little pamphlet here that says thank you. We'll go over that in a little minute because I don't want to ruin any surprises if it has anything written in here. So the first thing I'm noticing is we have a little bit of bubble wrap action, so things are actually like safe and secure rather than just being thrown in there like the previous boxes. That's a nifty touch. We got some sticker sheets going on, and it's pretty heavy duty feeling. Like this seems like very industrial. Loving the colors, loving the styles, loving everything. It looks pretty sweet, but it's just a sticker sheet, so let's dig deeper. Next up, oh, there's so much stuff in here. We have, whoa, look at this. It's the QAV-R 2 FPV Crate Edition. That is a freaking frame right there, baby. Look at that, the QAV-R 2. I mean, maybe people call it QAV-R. I just call it the QAV-R because it just sounds pretty cool. But there's a freaking frame, and it's pretty got some weight to that, so that's pretty impressive. Right off the bat, we're banging in with a frame. Sick. All right, let's see what else we got. We're going in here. We have a Luminaire tool for doing the, the nuts on our motors. That is, and I mean, this is all metal. This is. Let's just take a quick peek at this guy. Yeah, that is solid metal. It's got the FPV logo for the FPV crate on here. Sick. Oh, I saw Luminaire over here. This is not a Luminaire tool. I saw Luminaire over here and I got excited. No, this is an FPV crate tool. Just to be clarified on that in case I made a mistake. Next up, we have a Luminaire antenna with this little doohickey glued onto here. Okay, so we have a PitPal VTX power switch. Interesting, I'm not familiar with that, but it looks like it might be just a physical power switch to turn on and off your VTX. Here's the information on that if you so choose. Cool deal. And we have the Luminaire, looks like an AXI antenna. Let's just confirm. Oh, we can just look at the label here. Yeah, it's the AXI long range. Usually, I mean, these tall ones, I've seen them mostly used on goggles, so that way you kind of get your head out of the way, because your head actually will block some of that signal. So having this long antenna, or this long stem on the antenna, kind of gets it above your head, so your head's not really blocking it. So that's kind of a cool thing. I don't have one of those, and it is a welcomed addition. Sweet. And then we got some Luminaire props here. These are funkadelic looking. So we have here, let's see what we got here. It doesn't have any information on the outside. It just says it's just a generic bag. There's no sticker on here telling me what they are other than caution. So we're going to have to crack one open and see what's inside. All right, so I had to get out the magnifying glass to read the little print that's on the hub of this propeller, but it's actually a 5 by 5.3 by 3 prop, or otherwise known as a 50-53 prop. So it is pretty cool. I'm digging the color on it. It's like, I don't know, it's like, almost seems like liquidy watery almost. It is really cool. So that's what we got from Luminaire on the props. Let's see, we got 2 packs, 3 packs of props, and that, my friends, looks like the end of the box. So to recap what we got in this box, we got the PitPal, Xylo PitPal power switch. We got 3 sets of the Luminaire props. We got the AXI long range antenna. We got the tool. We got the wonderful and great QAV-R or QAV-R 2 frame. We got a sticker sheet, and we got the little thing that tells us what's in this box, which I'll refer to later when we talk. So let's run some numbers and see if this is actually worth it. All right, guys, I think we need to rename this box to the OMG crate, not the FPV crate, because wow. All right, so let's start with my cost analysis here, and bam. We'll go through it line by line and talk about them as we go. So we got these Luminaire props. And I gotta tell you, holding them and looking at them, they look pretty sweet. I mean, I don't have any experience using really a Lumineer prop. Like I usually stick with is my HQ props, my Dial Cyclone props. And every here and there we get like little ones from other companies, some Gemfans and whatnot that, you know, you sprinkle in and stuff. But I usually like my tried and true HQ prop and Dial Cyclone. So I'm very intrigued to try out these props from Lumineer. So we'll give them a shot. And I love getting props because, yes, every time you crash, and I crash a lot, I swap out my props because they get bent, they get chipped, they throw everything off. And if you subscribe to these boxes, you probably should have a good stockpile of props that you can swap in and out and just keep replacing them. And they're relatively cheap. So just, you know, don't fly on bent chip props. Come on. Don't be cheap. I don't know. All right. So let's keep on going down the row here. So we got the mini nut wrench right here. This is going to be super handy. What I like about this is it's tiny. And what I mean by tiny is it's small. Like, you know, the other nut wrenches are a big, long wrench, and that's kind of hard to put in a bag. Sometimes, depending on how you put it, it can poke through things and stuff. This is nice that it's just small. You just put on, you can tighten on your props. So it's really handy for when you're gonna like go out in the field and you want to take your tools along, but you don't want to deal with where am I going to put this big, long, you know, normal wrench. So that'll come in definitely handy, and I'm going to certainly find a use for that one. Next up, we got the Pit Pal, and essentially it's just a little tiny board, and I was reading up about it a little bit, and it really, what it does is it just makes it so that you can flip on and off the power to your VTX using a switch on your transmitter. You can configure it in like Beta Flight or Butterflight or Race Flight, and you set it up so that just each one has their own way of configuring it, but essentially just one switch on your transmitter will physically turn the transmitter on and off. That's really what it does. Super simple, super small. Seemed pretty cool. Seemed like a really simple thing, and I know there's other versions of it floating around there that use the same concept, and they're either integrated into flight controllers or they're part of like the mounting boards that you know, like the tiny LEDs, I think, has one that does a very similar task and stuff. So it's not new, but it's cool to just see a little tiny little individual little chip that you can just wire in and use for that task. So I thought that was pretty nifty. And it was cheap. It was only like $5. So that's another benefit to the little guy if you're looking for something to do that sort of a thing. Next up is the Lumineer long range AXI antenna. And I'll tell you, I actually had my eye on getting one of these because every now and then I like to use the, when I'm using my antennas, in fact, I have my goggles right here. I do have the, I think Singular Wireless, their, like little cloverleaf deal I use over here. And I do enjoy that, but sometimes I want to swap it out and I want to use the AXI. And when I use my AXI, I'll show you because I happen to have it right here handy. And I wasn't even planning on it. The AXI that I'm using is very small and stubby. So you can imagine if this is on your goggles and it's sitting right here, your head is like blocking a lot of that signal. And that's the purpose of this longer antenna, because now if you put this on your goggles, you can see your antenna is now up here above your head, not blocking that signal. So now, typically that's not a big deal because usually you're flying in front of you, not behind you. But sometimes there are situations where you're standing, you may end up circling around behind you, and it just means a little bit more clarity that you got your antenna up in the air. Now, how did I accomplish this originally? I'll tell you. I did have one of these things. So I would screw this onto here like that, and then I had a little extension to create the same effect as this taller AXI. The problem is every time you add extensions and you add connectors, you can affect your signal. So this is less than ideal to have two pieces versus just having one long one. So that's why I was really happy to have gotten that, because I kind of wanted it. So it was pretty neat to get it. So that's that. And I mean, it's like a $15 item, so that's a pretty good value. And speaking of value, this frame. Holy shamoly.
Holy shamoly, all right.
That's right. Holy shamoly. A $75 Lumineer frame, freestyle, in the box. I mean, come on. Granted, That is what I said was going to happen. I predicted this in the beginning of the video before I opened anything. There was going to be something killer in this box to make it look awesome. And that's great. For a first box, I'm appreciative of that. But it also starts a big buzz. Oh my God, there's so much value, everyone should subscribe. And later on, the value may kind of teeter off. So it's the long run that we really need to look at. But hey, this box was definitely killer. And now let's go down and let's look. Keep in mind, I don't think you can buy a one-off box. It's only subscribe only, because when I go on the website, it's just subscribe. There's no purchase it once or purchase it as a subscription. However, it does say that you can cancel. So you could subscribe, get one box, and then cancel, and that would be the equivalent of buying a box, I guess, maybe? Almost $54 over the cost of the box. That's huge, especially for a launching box. So let's see if they continue this trend of having some really killer value, because they are going to give both the other boxes a run for their money. And I'm very intrigued what Quadbox and Drone Drop are going to do for the month of July to compete with this, because they must know that this was coming out, and they may not known what was going to be in the box, but they now know what's in the box. So I'm hoping that that's motivation to say, hey, we better get our acting gear here. Otherwise, we're going to lose some subscriptions, and maybe they're going to go to FPV Crate. I don't know. All I know is this box was pretty damn sweet, and I'm thrilled to have been able to gotten in on the July box, because this was a killer box. So hope I got you some good information. Hope if you subscribed, I hope you were able to get in on this deal, because this seemed killer, and I'm thrilled that I was able to get in on it. And full disclosure, I do buy these just like you buy them. I reach in my pocket, pull out my credit card, and I purchase them. I do not get them provided for free. That way I can give you my honest reviews. And my honest opinion of this one was 2 thumbs up, because it was awesome. All right, so hope to help you out. Got you some good information, and I will catch you on the next video. So as always, my name is Tronage. Fly strong.